What's up, everybody? It's Hyperion here. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant, and I'm like fired up right now, so I'm ready to go. Microtransactions. Microtransactions are cancer. We all hate microtransactions, right? They're in every single game, and they're a cancer that needs to be stopped, and it needs to be eradicated at all costs, or else video gaming as we know it is going to be dead. In 5 years from now, after we've already paid $60 for a video game, we're gonna have to pay another $5 an hour to keep playing that video game because of microtransactions, right? It's unavoidable at this point. We need to stop it before it's too late. And the best way to stop the problem that is microtransactions is to do absolutely nothing about it, right? Wrong. All right. And the reason why I'm ranting about this today is because I saw a video that came out regarding Destiny 2's microtransaction store. You may never have played Destiny 2, you may not care about Destiny 2, but you know what microtransactions are. And this video was talking about how it would take a ridiculous amount of time for the player to actually grind out the items that are in the microtransaction store instead of paying real world money for them. It would take a ridiculous, absurd, unrealistic amount of time. The player base is completely up in arms over it. I've seen big streamers on Twitter, retweet the video, and the player base tweet negatively about the video, and every single tweet about microtransactions, every single negative tweet about microtransactions boils down to something like this. Oh my God, this is so awful. These big corporations and these greedy corporations and their terrible business practices are taking advantage of us, and oh my God, like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is terrible. We're so powerless. We can't stop it. I mean, the video gaming as we know it is going to be dead in like 5 years, and oh my God, I better go on Twitter and I better go on Reddit and bitch about it. And then maybe if I get enough downvotes, the company will change their mind. That's how the attitude of the player base has been with this microtransaction situation. And quite frankly, I'm sick to death of it. I am sick and tired of the complete lack of responsibility on behalf of the player base with the microtransaction situation. Everybody talks about how much they hate microtransactions, and I do as well. And then they do nothing about it. And they think a Reddit post, you think EA's most downvoted post on Reddit regarding Star Wars Battlefront 2's microtransactions, you think EA gives two shits about how many downvotes they get on Reddit? You honestly think that? You think that's going to change anything? You honestly think that Activision gives two shits about a YouTube video talking about how microtransactions have ruined Destiny? You honestly think they care about that? Because I have news for you. They don't. And the proof is in the pudding. They don't, because they keep doing it over and over and over again. Gaming is an industry, just like any industry that's ever existed in the history of ever. And industries exist for one thing, to make money. Period. End of discussion. And if you are bitching about microtransactions on social media, you're not doing a thing about it. Especially if you have already given that company your $60 and funded their practices, because that's what you've done. And that's the attitude that I have from the player base. It's not, these people that make excuses and say, well, I love Destiny. I'm not going to not play Destiny. I'm not going to not, I'm not going to stop playing Battlefront because I love Battlefront. I love Destiny. You're giving them your money, and you're funding the bad business practices that you are so open to condemning on social media. How has the player base not realized this by now? And Reddit posts and Twitter, and tweets and Facebook posts and YouTube videos and negative videos and all this stuff on social media is not going to do a damn thing to change it. Okay. That would be like me having a cousin who's addicted to drugs and taking and giving him $500 every month. And then he takes that $500 and goes and buys drugs with it. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God, I didn't know this would happen. This is terrible. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Johnny keeps buying heroin with the $500 that I keep giving him every month. Maybe he'll change his mind if I give him $500 next month, right? That's the attitude of the player base, and quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of it. You need to do this instead of bitching on social media about it. And these streamers too, the big streamers that stream Destiny, do you not realize that you are giving these companies that you hate free advertising and free marketing on your Twitch channels? Do you not realize this? And not only that, but if a viewer happens to stop by and buy Destiny from watching your stream, they have funded the bad business practices that you are so open about condemning, right? So I would instead implore you to do this. Stop supporting the companies that have these bad business practices. And you can do that one way, and one way only. Stop giving them your money. Period. End of discussion. Because if these companies weren't making money off of these microtransactions, they would stop putting them in their games. And we would go back to the gaming of old, where we would get fully fleshed out and complete games for $60 instead of half-assed, half-baked efforts built in with microtransactions and a $20 DLC 3 months down the road. I feel pretty shitty about buying Destiny 2, and I feel even more shitty about buying the expansion that took me all of 3 hours to get through. So I'm gonna make it a point to stop supporting these terrible business practices for these companies. And the best way to do that, guys, the only way to do that these companies care about, is through your wallets, not through Reddit, not through YouTube, and not through Twitter, through your wallets. With that said, guys, I hope you appreciated my little rant here, and I'm sorry for it ahead of time, but had to get that off my chest. With that said, guys, if you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I stream on Twitch Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. You can catch me twitch.tv/Hyperion_ for that if it suits your fancy, and I look forward to seeing you over there. And with that said, until next time, everybody have a great one. Take care.